Sergeant will never.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's class. If you can hear me, just please indicate on the chat box. Please, I want to be sure you can hear me. Okay. Okay. I guess okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's session, live session. Okay, and we'll be going through some things today. I already have some questions we'll be handling. Okay, and then from there we'll go on. Okay, we'll kick off from there, basically. Okay. You can also write your questions in the chat box. I'll be following up with the questions there also. Okay. I just want to get some feedback from you guys. How has the program been? I know this is early stages and we've not done a lot, but how has the program been so far for you? Okay, and you can just tell me what you like most about the program as of now. Yeah, I know there's every possibility that it could change as the program progresses, but I just want to get this feedback from you guys. Okay, how has the program been for you? This is backend NodeJs, to be precise. You don't need to attend office hours all the time. Okay, you only attend as the need arises. Okay, if you feel you ask the question and you feel that there's something you'll be looking out for an office class, you attend. If you just want to attend, you're free to attend, but it's not compulsory. All your classes have been recorded already. Okay, the resources you need for every week, for each week, has been given to you already. Okay, so you do not need to attend all office hours. Okay, but we're having all office hours basically 4 times a week. One of the days, that's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Monday, I think Monday, it's usually 2 hours. I think Monday or Tuesday. Monday should be 2 hours, but one of the days, any days, we will have 2 hours instead of 1 hour, because there may be more questions that we'll be handling as at then because of the task. You know, every task is supposed to start, the week starts on Sunday. So on Sunday, from like next week now, week 2, you're supposed to start, the task will be out, and by Sunday you can start submitting. By Sunday, the task will be out, but Sunday evening you can start submitting. So by Monday, Tuesday, those are early stages. So I believe there'll be a lot of questions about the task. So you ensure that you are clear about the instruction of each task, okay, before submitting, because after submitting, we will not be grading. No grading will be done. So please ensure that you are clear about the expectations, what is required for each task, the mode of submission for each task before you submit. Okay, and that's why the live sessions for those early parts of the week, one of them is 2 hours, just to accommodate these questions. Okay. Okay, you still have difficulty pushing to your GitHub repository. I normally use part for my GitHub. and I really find it difficult to push using VS Code. Kindly help. Okay, that's no biggie. Okay, it's not big. It's not a big problem. Okay, VS Code is equipped with terminal, and for Windows users, if you have PowerShell installed, if you have command prompt installed, if you have Windows PowerShell installed, or any of them installed, you can be able to use your terminal in VS Code to be able to do that. Okay. If you are having issues connecting your GitHub to your VS Code to GitHub, I would recommend you use the SSH key. I sent a link yesterday that could help with that. If the link is not of much help to you, then I will post another link within today that will basically break everything down into a simpler way of you doing it. Or I would write a post today before the end of today, okay, on those the steps to take, okay. But basically, it's quite easy, yes. Connecting your VS Code to GitHub. Remember, no password. They don't allow password authentication anymore. So it's going to be, that's why we're using token. You can either use token or SSH, and I just find the SSH basically easier. Okay, your task hasn't been reviewed. Your task will be reviewed, and mind you, okay, most when you say task, I believe you. I know that this is a combination of most of you are doing front end also. Okay, I can only speak for backend task at the moment. Okay, and currently there's no specific backend task. I don't think there is. Okay, just the usual general task that is just available to everybody. Okay, and if there's a backend task, you should do it. And if you've done it, you're basically it will be graded to be graded. But I said it the other time. We just give us within the weekend, and we'll tidy up all graded, all submitted tasks by the end of the weekend. All tasks for this week should be graded. Okay. I'll just go to the questions I have on the form. I don't know if I missed it, but when will classes start? Classes have started. Okay, classes have started. Resources have already been posted. Well, the week one is almost gone. Okay, and we'll be entering week two already. Even though you just came in, you can still catch up. Basically, the resources for week one are not much. They're not much. You can go through week one courses in a day. Okay, and you can be able to get the concepts in a day or two, and you'll be good to go. Okay, and there'll always be live videos, or they can be they can be there always be. Okay, I didn't get this question. Okay, like I said, your classes are already pre-recorded. They're on YouTube. Okay, links to the specific what will you be treating on specifically will be directed to you on in a post. Okay, so you have a post for the week, resources you need to go through. You have a task for the week, task that you need to do for the week. So the resources for the week is what you need to go through. Those are the classes, those resources that have been posted to you. Some are attached to the task, some are not. Okay, attached to the task. Whichever way, those resources are the ones that you need to go through every week. Those are the classes you have, you'll be having. Okay. For now, there won't be any conflicts between front end and Node.js live live sessions. Okay, there won't be any conflicts. But if there is any conflict, whichever way, like I said, live sessions like what we're having now, they are not compulsory. They are needed, but not compulsory. Okay, so you join at when you feel it's best for you to join, or when you encounter an issue, you can join, ask your questions, and you get clarity. That's basically the reason for the live sessions. Okay. Or sorry, office hours, live sessions or office hours. It's the office hours is a place where you come, it's a time whereby we come together and basically we mentors get to interact with participants and answer their questions. Okay. Questions you may have. So it's not, I won't be teaching anything new, okay, apart from what I've been is given to you in the resources. What I'll be doing is, if you need a more elaborate explanation after going through the materials maybe once or twice, okay, and you still find it difficult to grasp the concept, then you can now ask the questions on where exactly you are finding it difficult to do, the bug you are having, that's the reason for the office hours, okay, live sessions, okay. Like I said yesterday, the training will last for 10 weeks. Okay, and when you say training certificates, we will give certificates at the end of your program. At the end of the program, certificates will be available for all participants that perform well, that make it to the project phase. Number one, that's one of the criteria, and then perform well in the project phase. Yes, certificates will be available for those participants. But when you say globally recognized certificates, we're not going to certify you based on, we are not Google that can certify you that, okay, you are good, okay, you are good, you have passed through training and you are certify you good. Okay. People that do these certifications are people that basically own the software. So you have Microsoft certifications based on Microsoft products. Microsoft cannot certify you for using Google products, okay? Based on their products and this, based on their curriculum, they certify you that, okay, this person is good in Microsoft Azure fundamentals, Microsoft Azure fundamentals AI, or Microsoft packages, or 360 Microsoft 360, just those kind of things, okay? Those are the global. So when anybody sees that certificate globally, person know that this person has been certified by Microsoft to use Microsoft products. Zuri, we don't have any products that we're saying, okay, we want to certify you on, okay? What we do is offer training. We help you to, and then we give you certificate that, yes, you went through this training. Standard, and which should be one of a pretty high level of high level standard we have here at Zuri, pretty high level, and that's been recognized by some organizations. Okay, so but when you say globally, I'm just trying to bring that concept of globally recognized. I really don't have an answer for you when you say globally recognized certificates. Okay. Then need to download any app for the course. If you need to download any application, any software for the course, it will be directed, it's based on direction. So just wait when you encounter the resource and the resource is telling you you will need this program or you need this software for this particular course, okay, to go through the week, then you download it. Okay, but I won't come here and tell you, okay, you need to download this and that. But like we're handling Git this week, so I can confidently tell you that yes, you need to download Git. Okay, you need to have Git on your system, and not necessarily, you may not necessarily have GitHub desktop. Okay, you can, like I said, you can use the CLI, the command line interface, and already I told you that I'll be using Visual Studio Code, okay, VS Code for coding. We also use an online editor, okay, text editor to Replit. Okay, by next week you'll know more about Replit. Okay, I think all the classes next week were done all of them were done in Replit. So when you see your resources for next week, you you will know more about Webplate. So if you're asked to install Python, yes, you have to install Python. Okay, I want you to know something. There's some programs that you install that, like Python, like NodeJs. Okay, why NodeJs? As much as NodeJs is very important, because we're actually doing backend Node.js, so you have to install Node, okay, Node packages. And I think Node also comes with Python. If you don't have Python installed, when you install Node, it comes with Chocolatey, Python, and one other software. Okay, this software does help your development journey. Okay, take for instance, I want to do cloud DevOps. Okay, I can't do cloud DevOps without having Node.js installed on my system, without Python installed in my system. As I said, cloud DevOps, there's nowhere they said it's a Python related course, or is a Node.js related course, but basically these are programs, Python, Node.js, that general softwares. Okay, that's general softwares that will just help the general software development experience, your general software development experience. So yes, you need to get Python installed. If you say you have to get Python installed, please get Python installed. For the text editor, I said we have different text editor. We have Sublime. Even your Notepad is a text editor, but it's advisable you install Visual Studio Code as your text editor. It's very important. It's preferable. It has because of the easy way in which plugins are integrated and extensions are integrated into the Visual Studio Code text editor. It's robust, you know. There's so much flexibility when it comes to programming. Okay. I'll just go through. I think that I'm done with the questions on the form. We're going to go pretty deep into JavaScript, pretty deep. But if you're talking about going deep as per data structures and algorithms, no, we won't be doing anything data structures and algorithm. But we're going to go through, like I said, in the okay, I won't want to say like I said again. I'll just go. Basically, we'll be going through the minimum requirements you need to start your Node.js career. Okay, the minimum required knowledge of JavaScript you need. What we'll be giving you is definitely more than the minimum required knowledge. We'll be giving you more than the minimum required knowledge, but what you need is minimum required knowledge. So you may not be an expert, out and out expert in JavaScript. Okay, I won't tell you be as good as someone that have been coding just JavaScript, using JavaScript without frameworks, just pure vanilla JavaScript, and I've been doing that for over 5 years. And we're not going to bring that whole experience for you into just 2 weeks of learning JavaScript. No, we won't be doing that. So when you say in-depth, it's relative. But yes, you'll be getting enough knowledge that is just enough. What are the chances of internship or even entry-level jobs after this program? Okay, entry-level internship. Okay, you basically, with the knowledge you will be getting here, you can easily get an internship. Okay. Does Zuri offer an internship? No. But yes, you can get an internship anywhere else. It gives you the you already know the stuff. okay, gives you the knowledge to, once you are able to stick with the knowledge, you already know this stuff. You may not be an out and out practitioner, of NodeJS, but you're starting to be a practitioner. It's the beginner process, okay? So yes, you can gain an internship for entry level, not quite. You would have to, I think entry level would have you come probably after 6 months. Okay, in software development or in software engineering, we try to categorize your experience based on years. And why we do that is that is being done taking into consideration or assuming that you do it every day, okay, for at least 5 hours every day, okay, 5 hours. Some people say 8 hours, some people do 6 hours, but for me, I believe that some people that are fast in learning, so I'll just give that benefit of it, that 5 hours every day. You do the GS for 6 months, 5 hours every day. You should qualify. You should have enough knowledge to enter into to have an entry role, okay. So, but this program is barely 2 months. It's barely 2 months, 2 months, and so definitely for entry level, no, not quite. But for internship, yes, you have enough knowledge to get an internship job. And like I said, we have internship. We have side hustle internship. We have Ingressy for Good would basically give you more, make more internship known to you as you progress. Again, but as you progress, you'll be part of the Ingressy for Good community. And just like Zuri, Ingress for Good is partnering with Zuri to bring you this training. Ingressy for Good also partner with other organizations to bring internship, job opportunities for you. So yes, I'm not going to speak on behalf of Ingressy for Good, but this little I know, okay? I think in one of our sessions where we will have Ingressy for Good coming to talk with us, or maybe at the end of the program, you'll get to know, because they'll talk to you about these things, okay? If you're still with me, can I just get a response on the channel? Okay. Like I said, you can get an internship back-end NodeJS engineer position, but it may not be sufficient for you to get an entry level. The reason why I'm saying it may not be sufficient for you, not because you don't know it, but because of the number of projects that you've been able to do. Your number of projects you've been able to undertake will not be enough to expose you to more things about Node.js. I can undertake a project in the fintech industry, okay, and then I may be okay. I may go through a project. Let us take, for instance, one of the projects we're asked to do in this program is a fintech, which will let's say UBA Bank, their app, to produce their app. So we're able to do that during this training. Yeah, we're able to basically produce clone UBA app. I may be applying to a company and what they're interested is health, okay, health tech. Definitely, yes, Node.js is Node.js everywhere, but there are some bugs I will encounter. There are some things, features that are peculiar to specific industries. So yes, what an entry level role, they want you to be able to at least be accustomed to producing or coding, doing a backend or JS engineer role, or be able to do those things that a backend Node.js engineer would do. for at least, you can be able to do it for at least 3 industries, 4 industries, but basically this training won't give you that. There's no time, basically. It's not as if we don't want to, but there's no time to expose you to all areas. Like I said, we'll just be giving you the resources you need to start your life as a back-end Node.js engineer. Yeah. The resources are on the LMS, okay? Every resource you need for this, the link to the resources, not the resources themselves, but the link to the resources on the LMS, okay? Most of the resources we'll be using are documentation from documentations and then videos that are already on YouTube. Okay. So with, I think every question has been answered. Okay. I think all the questions have been, you don't need React knowledge for Node.js, okay? I know React is also a framework under JavaScript. So we have JavaScript as a language, programming language. There are some frameworks under JavaScript. React is used for front end, okay? So for those people that are doing front end and back end Node.js, yes, you may do React, but for those people that you will do React under front end, not under Node.js. Node.js is, we're just using, sticking with Node.js for backend, okay? And the prizes for students at the end of every task or project, there are no prizes for students there are no prizes for students at the end of every task. But when we get to the project phase, and we'll see, I don't know how the specific details of how the project phase is going to run, but likely you may have the best people with the best groups, okay, have a form of reward. A form of reward. I don't know about how the reward is going to come, but like a form of reward to say well done. The prerequisite needed for this course is hunger to learn. Yes, and your time to learn. Some people have the hunger to learn and they don't have the time. Some people have the time and they don't have the hunger. So these are two things that the prerequisite, what is required for you to go through this training, not just for Node.js, but for all the courses. You need the hunger to learn, and then you need your time. Okay, definitely you need a system, very important. You need a laptop and a stable internet. Apart from this, no request site knowledge per se is needed. And that's why we're starting week one, starting from programming. What is programming? You get knowledge of programming, we're going to get. And that's why it's basically, we're taking it stage by stage. We want you to grow into the Node.js role, okay? You will need JavaScript knowledge, and that's what we'll be treating on next week. We'll be starting JavaScript next week. Okay, that's just sneak peek, giving you a sneak peek of what we'll be doing next week. So we're starting JavaScript next week. Okay, and then from JavaScript we'll eventually enter into Node.js. So yes, JavaScript knowledge is needed for Node.js, but everything we'll be talking about them in the course during the training. Okay, so what is programming? Week one, GitHub, week one, settling down, getting accustomed to your LMS, getting accustomed to the rules and regulations, just basically settling down, having one or two friends, communicating with people. That's for week one. Week two, we start with JavaScript. Okay. I think week three, we also do JavaScript. And then before we proceed to do Node.js, you're not seeing my screen. Okay, I think my screen says backend Node.js Office R with SammyBloom. I think that's my screen, and there's nothing. I'm not sharing any other thing apart from that. Okay, thank you so much for being in today's Office R. Okay, I already mentioned that we're not learning React. Okay, we're not learning React in Node.js. Okay, Node.js as Node.js course, we're not learning React. But for those who are doing front end and back end, that's full stack. Okay, they are likely to learn React, but are learning React is a front end framework, not a back end framework. It's a front end framework derived from JavaScript. Okay, but if it pertains to front end. Okay, Node.js powered apps. Basically, every application you see, okay, operates with a backend. Facebook, Google, Go.com, 1xbet. Okay, Jumia, Konga, they all have a backend. Okay. We have different ways in which you can build your backend. We can use PHP to build your backend. You can use Python to build the backend. We can use Node.js to build the backend. The same backend, but different languages and frameworks can be used to build the backend. Okay, so the whole idea of backend, I'll just give this concept quickly about backend, so we'll just know what the backend actually does. So I enter into Facebook, and the first page I'm seeing is the home page, and they are saying sign in, sign up. I see sign in, sign up button, and I click on sign up. When I click on sign up, okay, it takes me to another page where I'm required to input my details. Okay. And then I put my details, SammyBloom, nickname, SammyBloom, name Samuel, and every other thing, other details I need. And there's a button for me to submit. I'm just walking you through step by step. By the time I click the submit button, okay, when I did the first clicking, like I want to sign in, I click sign in, okay, and sign up, and gives me the page where I need to input my details. I may not need an interaction with the backend, but front end can just do the flip of pages. It's just like you're changing one page to the other page. Nothing really should be happening in the background. No information. You don't need to retrieve any information. You don't need to send any information. Okay, but as when I want to click the sign up button, like submit button, after filling in my details, now I want to store the information I typed. I want to store it somewhere in Facebook server. Okay, I want to store it in Facebook server. Okay, so that by the time I put in the details, click sign in, and they say, okay, put in details, your login details, and I say sign in, it's not going to carry me to Kelvin's account. It's going to carry me to Samuel's account. Okay, so what happens is when I click that submit button for sign up, this is where the backend now comes. Backend is in charge. They take control of storing the data that are being typed on the front end, in the front end, storing the data in the server. And that's why it's a server side. Backend is basically dealing with server side. Okay. The server is like look like that what server is, but server is on that computer. It's computer somewhere. When you say cloud is a computer somewhere. Okay. The computer somewhere. I think that's the best way the simplest way to but the computer is definitely we must sophisticated than what we have, your laptops or this thing. These are computers that have, if there's anything bigger than terabytes, they have it, of space, of memory, processing power is basically outstanding. Okay, outstanding. Yeah. So basically, these informations are stored with a unique ID. There's a unique ID that I now have as Samuel. Okay, stored in Facebook server. Okay, and then when I now say, okay, I want to log in, I press sign in or log in, and then I put my email, I put in my password. When I click submit, the authentication there is like a level of safety, a safety measure. So anybody cannot just log into my account. So what you're going to check for is this password that I've written now. Is it the same with the password that was stored earlier when I signed up? These are things that are going on in the back end now. This thing I'm telling you about now is the back end. Is it the same? Does it correspond? Yes. If it does correspond, then give me the user that has this password. Okay, or there's a unique ID, associated with this password. Give me the user, give me the dashboard page, okay, that is correspondent with this user ID. That just basically is. So it's more like you are putting and you're retrieving. You are putting and you're retrieving. Or I'll put it, you're putting and getting. Okay, putting and getting. Basically, that's what backend is. Okay, APIs are basically what you need when you want to make your solution available across devices. Okay, across devices. That's not the simplest way you use APIs. APIs can be used for more complex ways. So what we're doing now for backend, when you are doing backend now, you likely, when you put your requests, okay, when you put your request into APIs or responses, your request basically into APIs. Okay, so you have APIs, and APIs are the way in which all devices can be able to access the same information. Okay, so I have an account on Facebook. Okay, there's a mobile engineer, there's a front-end engineer. The front-end engineer does the whole web version, codes the web version. So when I put www.facebook.com on my system, on my laptop, I'll be directed to Facebook. What the mobile engineer will do is to bring an app on the mobile phone. These are two separate applications. But what makes them the same? What makes the mobile version to be able to still bear Facebook and then the web version to be able to still bear Facebook is that they interact with the same backend, and they interact with the same backend via the API. So without API, the backend can only be attached to just one, either the mobile or the front end. No other one else. Okay, none other, just one. But most usually just front end. But with API, I can use my wristwatch, I can use Internet of Things, I can use mobile phones to communicate with that particular backend. Okay. The difference between NodeJs, PHP, and the rest is the language. Okay, NodeJs is built on JavaScript. It's a framework under JavaScript. For Python, they use Django. Okay, Django, Python. PHP is PHP. Okay, it's just the language. Nothing more. No what the difference. For Web3, definitely you can use any language for Web3. Okay, you can use any language for Web3. So yes, you can use NodeJs for Web3. When you see Web3 is everything can Web3 is like a platform in which every program language can be built on. Okay, so JavaScript can have a Web3. What just to you will include more libraries, more this thing on JavaScript that you'll be able to interact with you with Web3. Okay. Okay, you have petabyte, exabytes, yes, yes. Like I said, we would, as we go forward, you're not seeing any framework, only HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Yes, that's what you'll be studying for next week. We will enter into frameworks, maybe week 4, week 5, okay? But for now, you just need to know the language first before you now start to talk about a framework associated with the language. Without you knowing the language, you won't be able to know the framework, okay? Yes, API is application program interface, definitely. And it's a set of routine protocols and tools for building software applications. Okay. The front end, React is a front end, is a JavaScript framework. React is a JavaScript framework that can be used for front end. And I believe you will touch on it. Along the line you will touch on it. Okay, it may not be in depth, but you will touch on it along the line during this cohort. So I don't think you should be scared about that. Okay, the same syntax. It does not have a different syntax. It uses the same syntax as the programming language. A framework uses the same syntax as the programming language. Just a few more libraries that will be associated with the framework. Okay, few more libraries will be attached to that framework. Okay, basically, but basically it's the same syntax. We could go pretty far. We will go far enough. Okay, for NodeJs. How far? We will go far enough. Okay, I think that will be the end. We have come to the end of today's class, today's office hour. If you understood everything we went through today, or if today's office hour was beneficial to you, you can just give a wave on the chat box. Okay. If today's office hour was beneficial to you, you can give a wave on the chat box. Okay, hi. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. It was a pleasure being with you guys today. Okay, our next class will be, or our next office hour will be on Monday. And on Monday, I think by then the new task and the new resources for week 2, that's week 2 resources and tasks will be out. So I'll be open to answer questions and start answering questions about week 2 resources and tasks by Monday. Okay, see you then. Thank you so much for staying through to the end of this office hour. Thank you, and a good afternoon to you. Bye.